Hey guys, Jason here. I wanted to talk a little bit about my ShelterLogic shed here. So I bought this about a year ago and I set it up last March. So it's been up a year. And you know, I love the size of it. It's perfect and everything. And you see there's nothing touching it on any of the sides and everything. It's all in good shape, except for, I have it mounted nice and good. It's on railroad ties. Then on top of the railroad ties, I put a 2x6 across there, and then I use 7-inch leg bolts to bolt it down. And then on the outside, it has this little flap underneath that bar there. I took that little flap and I stapled it down along the edge all the way around so that air can't get underneath of it, or wind, and turn it into a big parachute. So it's all sealed up good, and it's anchored down really good. It's not going nowhere. And then also, just for good measure, I put straps on the corners, just strapped up there like that. Just ratchet straps, and then these tie downs in the corners on the insides, just to make sure it's all ratchet strapped down. But the problem is, if you look up here, you can see this side of the material is in good shape and no problems at all, and it's nice and tight. It's like a whole different type of material than they used on this side. This side, the material, you can see from that seam there to there, it's a whole different type of material, and it's all ripping out, and it never did actually tighten up over here to keep it nice and tight. It was always kind of floppy. And so this ShelterLogic shed, they used like a good material on more than half of it, and then on the other half they just used a real cheap material, and it's just ripping out on every corner. And it's frustrating, because it's not even a year old since a year since I set it up. And got my little tractor in here, and my implements, and some seed, and my generator, and a super big outdoor heater. And, you know, I got my tools in here and stuff, and it's leaking. And I don't know if it'll last through the rest of the this winter season. I know it's February, but the winter still is going. But yeah, I mean, I try to kind of want to keep my stuff, my implements and stuff, out of the weather. The weeds grow in here because it acts kind of like a greenhouse because it glows. But yeah, it's kind of disappointing, because on every one of those it's ripped out. And it's just, yeah, it's just a different type of material from this side of the shed roof, which is fine, to this side of the roof, which is not fine. It's always been a thinner type of material, and it's just not as good quality. Now also, on the front and rear, I put a 1x2 that runs all the way across, and that keeps the front and back of the shed from flopping as bad in any wind. And this shed is built really good, and the frame is really good and strong, and it holds up to the wind just fine. And it probably would have done great if they had used the same type of material as this side over here. And so I think that's what the problem is. It just somehow, some reason, they got a really cheap material over here, and it just made my shed not last. So it's frustrating. I don't want to have to buy a whole new shed, because this is set down really nice and good and anchored good, and I just need a new top, and I don't know how much a new top costs. But anyway, it's my little Mahindra Max 24. Nice little tractor. and I just like to keep all my implements under cover, especially in the winter time, and even in the summertime, kind of keep them from fading. You know, nothing worse than a red tractor fading to pink. So try to keep it out of the sun when it's not in use, and keep it from getting burned up by the sunshine. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. I guess that's my rant on my ShelterLogic 10 foot by 20 foot shelter, and it's just disappointing. I've seen on YouTube some people are saying, oh, I've had this for 2 years. Yeah, no they didn't. Not if it did the same thing as mine in 1 year or less than a year. So yeah, it's only February right now, and I set it up in March of last year. So alright, well, thanks for watching. Listen to me rant on about this. Alright, I gotta do something. Love my little tractor, I gotta take care of it. Little Mahindra Max 24. Awesome little tractors. Alright, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye bye.